At the beginning of our movie today, we see a boy named Medea standing scared in a train station, feeling as if he is trapped in a maze. Whenever this boy goes toward exit number 8, he returns to the beginning. Every time he finds a person passing by him, walking without saying a word. Although he is afraid, Medea thinks about asking him for directions. When he turns around to ask, he finds the man standing behind him, smiling a strange smile as if he had read Medea's thoughts. Medea gets very scared, decides not to ask him anything and runs away. After that, his eyes fall on a yellow sign that says exit number 0, but the sign above it says exit number 8, so he feels this is a bit strange. He starts looking for an exit from this place once, twice, and maybe 100 times, but each time he finds the path designed as if the doors are just for show. He keeps wandering in this maze several times. When he tries to make an emergency call, he finds that all the exit phones are out of order. None of them work. Even his own mobile phone has no signal. He calms down and stands in place, looking quietly at a picture on the wall showing ants trapped inside a strange maze shaped like the number 8. The ants are trying to reach their destination just like him, but this maze has no specific end, and Medea doesn't know how to reach where he wants. This picture confirms to Medea that he is trapped in a maze like the one in the painting, and that he will never be able to leave. While he is thinking about all of this, he suddenly finds blood dripping onto the sign that says exit number 8, and the blood drips onto his face. He becomes more afraid than before, and instead of running forward, he starts running backward. To his surprise, this time he finds a big change. He notices that the sign that said exit number 0 now says exit number 1. Everything else remains the same, but strangely, this time he sees hints written on the sign. One of the instructions says, "Take note. If you see something changed or unnatural, turn back immediately. If you don't see anything strange or changed, keep moving forward toward exit number 8. Medea realizes then that the red liquid that fell on him was something strange, and when he ran backward out of fear, it caused him to go from 0 to 1. When he sees this, he regains hope that he will leave this place soon. He moves forward again toward exit number 8, but finds nothing strange, so he continues forward. When he reaches the sign that says exit number 8, he is shocked because he finds that the sign that said exit number 1 has returned to exit number 0. This, of course, means he did something wrong. Here, he understands that this maze is like a game, and a single mistake will end the game and send him back to the starting line at number 0. Because of this, he must follow the rules of the game and play carefully if he wants to save his life from the maze. After much thought, he takes out his mobile phone and takes pictures of everything around him, whether big or small, so he can determine if there is a change he will encounter when passing by again. He also takes a picture of the man he keeps meeting in the corridor, who appears before him at the exit number 8 sign. Up to this point, he doesn't see anything strange or any change, so he keeps moving forward. When he reaches the second exit sign, he finds the sign for exit number 1, which means he was right, nothing had changed, and he was able to pass the first level. In the second level, he knows he needs to go through it again to determine if there is a change. While walking, as soon as he takes out his mobile phone to look at the photos he took to find the change, he notices that all the photos on his phone have become blurry and nothing is clear. He understands that he needs to use only his brain to win this game. While thinking about this, he sees that the man who always passed under sign number 8 is standing in his place. He immediately understands that this is the change occurring in level 2. Therefore, he runs immediately toward the door. But the terrifying part is that the man starts following him in a suspicious way. What's even more terrifying is that he doesn't just walk. Every time Medea looks behind him, he finds the man right behind his neck. Medea falls to the ground in fear. When he gets up, he finds he has reached the level 0 sign again, but this time it says exit number 2, and the man is no longer standing behind him but is far away. This means he passed the second stage. Now that Medea has passed 2 stages, his self-confidence increases. He starts remembering everything and looking for changes himself. While wandering in the same maze again, he hears the sound of a little boy crying inside a locker. He opens the locker and is terrified by what he sees. This scene is not shown to us on the screen, but Medea recoils and runs away from fear. In this way, he passes the third stage and finds that the exit number 0 sign now says number 3. He remembers that he only has 5 stages left, after which he will be able to reach the corridors and escape this nightmare. He goes back toward the exit and observes the place around him again, looking for any differences in this stage. This time, he feels as if someone is watching him as he walks through the corridors. When he looks at the pictures hanging on the wall, he finds that the people are looking at him and their eyes are moving with him. When he notices this, he runs back quickly and finally finds that the exit sign has changed to exit number 4. This means he was able to pass 4 stages. He is very happy that he could pass 4 levels of the game. He walks happily, but at the same time he is startled because he knows that if he makes any mistake, he might return to level 0. He goes back to walking toward exit number 8. As he walks through the corridors, he finds his phone ringing. When he looks, he sees his girlfriend calling him. Medea feels something strange about this call because only a few days ago they had decided to separate. When Medea answers her, he discovers she is pregnant and that he will be a father. The girl leaves the decision to Medea, telling him that if he wants this child, it means they will get back together. When Medea hears this, his heart beats fast. He remembers an incident that happened with him 2 days ago on the train when he saw a child crying, and the man at that time yelled at the crying child and his mother. At that time, Medea wanted to defend the mother and her son and say something to the man, but he didn't have the courage to say anything at all. So, how will he bear the responsibility for this child now? He remains confused for a few seconds. At the same time, he ends the call and pretends that the call cut off on its own. He finds that the exit sign, which had reached number 4, has returned to 0 again. The truth is that he made a big mistake. He knew from the beginning that there was no signal in the maze, but despite that, he believed that his phone actually rang. The real change in this stage was the call he received from his girlfriend, and he missed the opportunity and didn't return to the exit sign. Now, after passing half the stages, he has returned to level 0. He is forced to repeat all these levels and live through everything again. Medea is very frustrated by what happened, to the point that he sits on the ground and starts shouting loudly because he has to go through the maze again. But now, he has no motivation. He keeps moving forward, feeling like he is forcing himself to walk. But now, he doesn't see anything different in this maze. After wandering in the corridors, he sees a little boy there. He runs again toward the exit but finds himself at number 0. This means the boy was not a change. He understands here that this boy is trapped in the maze just like Medea and has been trying to get out of here for a long time. Later, Medea sees the same man who passes every time, wearing a suit and shoes. Here, Medea understands that the man is not part of the maze either, but is trapped like Medea and the little boy. He discovers that even he is looking for a way to get out of the place. We understand that the man in the suit and the little boy were working together as a team. They also saw a girl in the maze who was not trying to leave like them. When the man in the suit asks the girl, "Why aren't you trying to get out of this maze?" the girl answers, "Every day I have to take the train to go to work. Life is very difficult, and I don't remember wanting to go back to that difficult life again. I am very happy living in this maze." As the girl speaks, her voice starts to change, and she begins to repeat the sentence over and over. When her voice changes completely and becomes rough like a man's voice, the man understands that this is the change in the stage. He starts running quickly toward the exit with the little boy. We learn here that the sign finally shows number 6, which means they were close to winning the game. They repeat the process and try to find out what change occurs this time. They see the girl passing again, but she doesn't talk to them. The little boy notices that the doorknobs are placed in a very strange way. The boy tries to tell this to the man in the suit, but the man ignores everything he says, takes the child and walks forward. In this way, he loses a lot of time due to his ignorance. This simple mistake makes him return to the beginning of the game and the exit sign returns to number 0. This means he lost the game and will start over. The man collapses. He is very tired from the great effort he is making. He sits screaming, but he knows he must get out of here. So he prepares to play the whole game again. He grabs the little boy's hand and they start walking in the maze once more. Strangely, he finds a path with stairs. He is very happy and wants to go up those stairs, thinking they are what will get him out of the place. But the boy keeps telling him that this is the game, and this is the different thing in this stage, and they should turn back according to the rules of the game. But the man doesn't listen to the boy and goes up the stairs. This reason is what makes him trapped in this maze forever. When the boy returns to the exit sign, he finds that he is now at stage number 1 instead of 0. This means the little boy was right, and the stairs were the change in the stage. The boy also knows that the man will now remain trapped on the stairs. In the next scene, we return to the moment Medea meets the little boy. Medea understands that the little boy and the man in the suit were playing in this maze together first. When he sees the boy alone, he understands that the man left the boy, so he feels very sad for him. Now, the little boy and Medea become friends. Medea immediately realizes that the boy is very smart, meaning he has a high IQ and notices any difference easily, even if it is small. After utilizing the little boy's skills, they are able to pass the first and second levels. While walking in the maze and passing the third level, the lights in the maze suddenly go out. They hear the sound of small children crying and strange sounds of rats starting to come down from the ventilation vents. When Medea turns on his mobile flashlight, he finds the man in the suit standing in a strange way. Medea gets scared and runs back toward the sign while holding the little boy's hand. They know they were able to pass another level of this game and managed to get through everything that happened, which made them both very afraid. But they later discovered that all of this was a test. They start wandering in the maze until the next round. Suddenly, they find a woman appearing in front of them. Medea understands that this woman is the change in this level and that they should go back to the sign. But the little boy starts crying and runs toward this woman. The little boy is very affected. Medea picks him up and runs back with him toward the sign. In this way, they are able to pass another level of the game. But even after passing this level and winning half the stages of the game, Medea is not happy. This is because he is very worried about the little boy who has been away from his mother for a long time. He feels for the little boy, holds his hand tightly, and promises him that he will take him and bring him to his mother. The next time they wander in the maze, they are surprised when they find no change here. But the boy sees the exit marked number 8 and finds it hanging above and written upside down this time. Indeed, it is a very simple change, but anyone could ignore it. This change catches the child's attention, so they immediately return to the sign and find themselves at level number 6. Now, they have 2 stages left. Medea knows that afterward, he will be freed from this maze and return to his world. But he didn't know why these feelings he was experiencing were very strange. When he starts wandering in the maze again, they suddenly find a flood of water coming behind them. Medea wants to turn back with the little boy, but the boy falls and is dragged by the water. Medea himself doesn't move forward. He goes into the water to save the boy. At the moment he enters the water, Medea's world changes. He starts seeing strange sights and sees himself sitting by the sea, imagining his girlfriend is with him, and that the boy who was with him in the maze is with them too. He starts to see him as one of his family and imagines him as if he were his son. Here, he feels he is enjoying himself very much with this boy. This time, he realizes that the idea of being a father is not a burden but a very beautiful feeling and a good relationship. Before he can think of anything else, he feels a sharp pain in his body and returns to reality. Medea finds himself and the little boy still in the water. He uses all his strength to carry the boy and tries to walk with him, lifting him above the water. He reaches the point of lifting the boy above the sign as he is being dragged with the water. In the next scene, we see the situation after it has calmed down. The little boy wakes up and finds himself in a completely destroyed place. When he returns to the sign, he finds the number 7 written on the board. This means they were able to pass this level too. The boy knows they only have the final level left, which he needs to pass now. But Medea is not with him. On the other side, we see that Medea has finally reached the 8th level, which is the final level. He is surprised when he finds the sign with the number 8 on it. He doesn't understand if he won or if this is a trap. He sees the stairs in front of him and finds other people also coming down toward these stairs. He wonders if he should turn back or move forward. He moves forward, feeling strange. He also gets a call from his girlfriend on his mobile phone. Now, finally, the signal has returned to the mobile phone. This means he was able to return to the real world and has finally left the maze. When he speaks to his girlfriend, Medea tells her, "I am ready to take this responsibility." Medea realizes he has become a father now. At that moment, he boards the metro. But the strange thing is that Medea sees everything inside the metro as if he had seen all these things before. After a while, he sees the same mother with her crying son, and the man yelling at the little boy. This is the same scene that remained in Medea's head before. Medea looks around at the people and finds that all these people are strange, and every one of them is looking at their phone. Here, Medea's heart breaks. He understands that this time he was caught in the game's trap and that he didn't pass level 7 after level 6. All of this is a trap, and he is trapped in a loop and made a big mistake. When he saw this strange thing, he didn't turn back toward the sign. Instead, he kept moving forward. Because of that, he returned to being trapped again in this loop he was trying to escape from. Here ends the events of our story today. Wait for me in new videos and summaries. Peace.